That should be better. Always remember to turn your microphone on. Today we are on an account where we are going to try to help a level 58 player improve in the clan boss, see what kind of ideas we can come up with. I did take a quick look at the account and it's not doing too bad. We're not that far off. We got some good ideas. We're looking at Lost Hope here. We've got a speed lead, Hike a Tune. Everybody gets for free on day 30, I believe. Not the best, but it's one that everybody gets. So until we can get something better, like maybe a Deacon Armstrong, she does the job, right? She's okay. And then we've got Ninja, who is amazing. He was on my clan boss team for a very long time. Eventually, I took him off, not because he didn't work, but because I wanted to use him for other things. And then we've got Rathalos, who's also very good. Another great option. And then we got Duke, the Pierce, who is okay. We might come up with another option. And then, of course, we have Kale, who I would, in fact, like to replace on the team. I actually believe that this team could probably get enough damage just out of these two. I'm guessing that the bigger issue is keeping this team alive and maybe getting that damage gear set up a little bit better. So I did take a look at the gear on these champions, and when you're a new player in the game, unless you're buying a bunch of champions and buying a bunch of gear, there's always going to be struggles. Now, the old thing that people used to always do when building a clan boss team early on is people usually like to build their champions in 4 pieces of lifesteal because that helped keep the team alive. Unfortunately, I notice he doesn't have a lot of lifesteal gear. Not really a great option. Might be something that you want to farm, but it's not really something that we can look at today. So when it comes to nukers like Rathalos and Ninja, what we're going to want to do is preferably get them in some damage gear. Ninja actually works pretty well with perception. Feral isn't bad either. It would be nice to get him in some kind of damage gear. When I'm talking about damage gear, there are specific sets that are best for damage. Being a newer player, he's not going to have insane gear, but he does have some. It's not like he hasn't farmed anything. We're looking at Savage as a possibility. We can look at Cruel. Cruel actually works great on Ninja because he loves that attack. He loves the ignoring defense. Let's see. Do we have any Fatal? He does have a little bit of Fatal gear. And Slayer would work if he has some decent Slayer gear. Slayer's good. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he... Oh, he does have some lethal gear. Okay. Lethal gear is great. It's one of my favorite sets. Unfortunately, you can only get it when the Dark Fae comes around 4 times a year. So we definitely do have some options. It's just going to be a gearing issue. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of silver. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to do just a little bit of a gear cleanse to get an idea of what kind of gear we want to keep and what kind of gear we want to get rid of. There are sets that are good in the game and there are sets that are bad in the game. These top sets, most of them are trash except for speed. Speed is amazing, but if you're talking about life, offense, defense, crit rate, crit damage, accuracy, resistance, daze, frost, frenzy, immunity, most of those sets, retaliation, very rarely used. So we do want to do a little bit of gear cleanse, but first, actually, I want to take a look at the champions real quick that he selected. There are some different options. He didn't do bad. I really do like Rathalos and Ninja. They should work fine. Um, Unfortunately, what he does not have is some of the champions that really unlock Ultra Nightmare. There are specific champions that really make a difference, that can really help you make a team. Usually something involving unkillable or block damage. And they're not necessarily difficult to get. Some of them are legendary, some of them are epics. Unfortunately, some of them are void epics. Let's take a look, see who we can find. Just off the top of my head, I did see that you have Ursala. She's only level 40 on your account, but I think it would be great to get her up to level 60, and you can use her as a reviver in the team. She's actually great. You'll be able to use her a long time. You can use her in arena for a while, and you can also use her for Hydra for a very long time. I used her up until a few months ago, in fact, in one of my Hydra teams. So she's very good because she has increased defense and a strengthen. Um, and I mean, she might. No, I would still want to keep an ally protection champion for now, because you don't have better options. But she will help the team stay alive if you can get her built up to 50. Well, preferably 60, but you currently have her at 40. I would get rid of Kale altogether. I know he's got poisons, and that's why people tend to like to use him early on. Um, so let's see. I just want to. I don't really have memorized where all the champions are. Tutora is really good for. He's got a shield and a block debuffs. You want to look for block debuffs champions. They're really good as well. Typically, you'd want like a block damage champion and a block debuffs champion, or two block damage champions, or two unkillable champions. Um, Let me see what else I can find. Is it Rosh card? Rosh card is an option if you get him. Block damage. There's a few champions like him. If you go to Ogren tribe, we've got Maneater. If you get one Maneater, that's good. If you get two Maneaters, that's great. We've got a dwarf named Demitha. There's a ton of clan boss teams that are built around her. It's the one that I use. We have, I think, Sacred Order. Wixwell was a fusion champion, I think, a year ago, and a lot of people use Wixwell. He's insane, actually. He makes it super easy. And then there is another champion that I used at one point, Helikath. He also has block damage. So there's just a few ideas. There's a few good champions out there for something like that. Unfortunately, you don't have them yet. But the number one thing that you need to remember about Raid that is that it's going to take one of two things, and possibly both for a lot of players. Either you're going to have to spend a lot of money, or you're going to have to be patient and wait for time to pass. You get more champions, and you open up more things. Nobody expects you to do clan boss, demon lord right away, especially if you're not spending money. But we can still try to improve our builds that we have for now, for the champions that we have for now. So let's take a look. First, I'm going to deal with the damage dealers. So we've got Rathalos Blade Master. We'll take a look at his kit. Do you have any relics? Probably not a lot. You might consider throwing on a relic on your most important champions. So that's either going to be at this point either your arena champions or your demon lord champions. And at this point, it's probably the same champions. So you're looking at throwing it on Rathalos, Ninja. I really would get Ursula up to 60 as soon as you possibly can. She's going to help you out quite a bit. But relics are something to consider. You don't have a lot, but what you have, you should use. Hey, Chris, welcome to the chat. We are doing a takeover, trying to help out this account with a Demon Lord, a pretty early Demon Lord team. He's currently able to do a little bit of damage in Nightmare. He's not ready for Ultra Nightmare, but we're going to see if we can improve this build a little bit. I did look at the stats here. Now, I did see that we've got Savage, one piece of Slayer, one piece of Pinpoint. The sets aren't bad, but some of the gear could definitely use improving. I did see that he's pretty slow at 154. I would like to pick up the speed if at all possible. He does have a crit rate of over 100, so 100's fine. That's what we're looking for. We don't need to go over 100, but we would like to get the crit damage up a little bit. And if possible, it would be good to get some accuracy on him, because he does have this A1 which has a decreased defense. If the target is a boss, this debuff cannot be resisted. So actually, that's good. We don't have to worry about the accuracy. So never mind that. But he's got Soul Reap. Soul Reap's not really going to help him specifically with Clan Boss, but if you want to use that for something else, I understand. Yeah, unfortunately, I already checked. He does not have any Void Shards currently. I don't know if you pulled him already. You just got who yesterday? Let's see. We got Ursula. Yeah. Pio, Pio. Okay, so what we want to do, let's take a look at the gear. I see that he's got crit rate gauntlets. We would prefer for this to be crit damage, but you only have so much gear. So we'll see what kind of gear we have. Attack percentage is great. It would be nice if, we got a better set for this, if we got more crit rate. Speed boots is good. Speed 6-star would be better, of course. We got double crit rate, okay. And no crit rate there, no crit rate there. Okay, I'm gonna see what we have on the account and see if we can make an improvement on this. I don't know the account that well. I did already note that this is not a great banner. Unfortunately, when I looked, he has no attack banners at all. So, because he doesn't have an attack banner, what we want instead is whatever is fastest. We want the most speed that we can get on him. This has 11 speed. So, we would get the accuracy. We don't need it, but His reviver path does have Elva. I don't know if he's a spender or not. I do want to put this on because it's going to give you more speed. You're going to get more hits in. I assume that this team is not speed tuned. It could be, but that's pretty slow. That'd be a pretty slow speed tune. I did see that he finished the reviver path. So if he wanted to, first of all, he could pick up that gold shard. If you want to spend $20, if you're a spender, this is actually a great deal. Personally, I haven't spent in a long time, and I haven't spent much. But if I was a spender, I wish I had Elva on my account. But yeah, absolutely. That was the first thing that I saw on his account when I logged in. I saw the revival path pop up. It's not worth it to me to take a month off to get Elva, but it's tempting because she's that good, and she's that good in that many areas of the game, but I don't have her. So if you're a spender, this is worth it. If you got $20 that you want to put into the game, great. If you don't, I don't blame you. Everybody has their own way of playing the game. The only money I've ever spent in the game is I had some gift card money, and I bought like mostly just monthly gem packs, which is also a great deal. So let's go back to the build. He doesn't have any silver. So actually what we need to do is we need to sell some gear that is trash. First of all, I think he's far enough along that we can probably get rid of anything that is 4-star. You're not going to be using 4-star. Like, very, very unlikely any of this stuff is going to ever help you at this point. I don't think anybody should be keeping 4-star for more than a couple weeks, personally. You can get 5-star stuff pretty quickly. I mean, it depends on how much you play, how hard you play. But he's 5 months into the game. He doesn't need 4-star gear. So we need to get some silver. This is going to be the best way to get it. Let's just get rid of all this 4-star junk. It's just not going to be good enough. I know you say like, oh, those are speed boots, but they're speed boots with no stats that are going to help you out. I mean, that's almost good, but you don't want something with 3 speed. We can get rid of all this. We can get some silver, and then we can improve your gear that actually might help you out. You actually have a lot of 4-star gear. So we're going to get a little bit of silver out of this. And then maybe we can actually upgrade a few pieces. I hope this doesn't bother you, but I'm doing select all. We're going to get 3 million silver. This stuff isn't going to help you. You pulled the chicken. He was the worst mythical, and now he's one of the best mythicals. That's all I know. Great in live arena. I think he's great in Hydra as well. I've never pulled a mythical. Hopefully I pull something good today. I am pulling my voids. If I don't get enough points, maybe I'll pull my primal shards. I don't know. Gallius is insane. So yeah. So we are going to get rid of this, and we're going to improve his build as best as we can. So I'm going to now see, does he have any 6-star crit damage gloves? It's worth taking a look. Wrong button. Okay. Do we have any oils? Not really. Okay. Understandable. Anything with crit rate? Not really. Okay. Well, we're just trying things out. I'd be really sad if I pulled a Mikage. Especially now that Mythicals have been out for how long have Mythicals have been out? Like a year and a half or something? I don't even know. I'd be real sad if my first Mythical was a Mikage, not gonna lie. So about 5-star. It would be real nice if we had anything that had crit rate in it. Okay, so we've got 5-star crit damage gloves with double crit rate. That's something. All right, and then we want to have an attack chest piece. Not a ton of options. Let's do equipped. No. We're not concerned with our rare champions. We want good gear on better champions. Ninja's already got a piece on. This is pretty good. I mean, it's got some crit rate on it, some speed on it. You're gonna start going a lot faster. It is important in raid that you go fast. Now, when you get more gear and more champions, the Demon Lord is something where you can go a little bit slower depending on the structure of your team. But for now, I think fast is good. Do we have enchantments at all? A little bit. Okay. I'm not going to use those today, but you can always consider those in the future. And then let's see. As good as it is to get good sets, when you're early on, sometimes stats are more important than sets. You want to be getting the right speeds, you want to be getting the right amount of crit rate, right amount of crit damage, and then you start to worry about sets where you can throw in, ignore defense and stuff like that. So now we want speed boots. What can we find? It's got a little bit of crit rate. Let's see. It's not perfect, but we would get more speed. We would get some crit rate, some attack percentage on it. We'll try it out. We can come back if we change our mind. And now speed and crit rate are the most important things here. And we still want high crit rate. Can we find something good and cruel? Let's roll this up just a little bit, see what we hit. This is a pretty good piece. This will be a good piece for you for a while. We got 17% crit rate on it. Cruel is a great set to have. Let's see. Any more cruel gear up top? How about this? We got a little bit of crit rate, a little bit of crit damage. Little bit unfortunate. We might not be able to keep that. Now we just want something with insane crit rate. Yeah, I mean, any of this could work on Ninja as well. We could try it on Ninja. Yeah, maybe we are going to have to stick with the crit rate gloves for now. Unfortunate. All right, let's take a look at the Ninja build before we do anything dumb. See, I already knew that he had some perception on. So he's already got crit rate gauntlets on Ninja. And that piece is not insane. He also had some Feral on Ninja. Okay, he's got a couple of speed rolls on him. But can we get an attack banner for Ninja? No, of course not. How about accuracy? No. What's this? Yeah, I mean, we're at a point where we just need to farm gear, right? So his goal right now, he just wants to improve his Demon Lord team. Right now, here we are at 9.43 million, which isn't bad for the kind of gear that he has on, for the kind of champions that he's using. That's not terrible. I think with a little bit of improvement, he might be able to get this chest every day. I mean, he's already pretty much there. Could maybe make that a little bit easier. Yeah, let's see what kind of... I didn't even look at the souls. He's got a 3-star soul for Rathalos. I don't think Soul Reap is the best thing for him. Not for this content anyway. He might like it. He might like it somewhere else. Obviously, 4-star would be better. And then he's got 1-star on Ninja. Brimstone, not bad. And then I haven't even looked at Haikatoon, hopefully speed. Not even fully built. Do we have any speed gear here? We just want the fastest. We want the fastest gear on Haikatoon. She's basically your arbiter for now. Let's see if we can get some speed rolls. We got a speed roll there. That doesn't really help us yet. We do have a little bit of silver now, but not a ton. And none of these things have speed. I understand the glove now. So what does this have? Just a double roll? Oh, okay. We don't have speed here either. So what if we put this double roll on? Or that single roll there, and then we can steal this. All right. Suddenly your Haikatoon is 8 speed faster. You want her going as fast as possible at this point. And then do we have any amulets? Let's try to keep her alive. We might as well save the crit damage for... Well, you can always take it off later. Crit damage would be better on a damaged champion, but right now... you know what? Forget that. Let's take the HP. You can level this stuff up later, but we want to keep her alive as best as we can. Scrolls. I doubt it. So we got some scrolls there. Ninjas is basically done. Rathalos is done. Duck is done. Kale is not done for whatever reason, but that's okay. I would really, really like to I think Jared might be better than Duck, but not significantly. Doom Priest will be helpful, possibly someday. She does work out with some of those block debuffs, block damage, Demon Lord teams. Probably not going to help yet. Not with the current setup. It's a possibility. She's really good. You definitely want to get her to 60. Eris only works with Demitha, as far as I know. She's in my team and she's great, but you really, really want to look at Ursula and get her built up as soon as possible. Like, at least get her to 50 ASAP and put her in the team. I would replace Kale. Even though he's doing some damage, if everybody dies, it doesn't matter if he does some damage. So Haikatoon, just let me double check to make sure we can't improve her speed anywhere else. Let's just look at the fastest speed gear, one set at a time. Is this faster or not? No. Faster? No. I mean, it looks like he already had some decent speed gear on. Okay. So she's fine. It would be good to get her to 60 if you're going to continue to use her, but she is fine at 50 as long as you can keep her alive. Unfortunately, her HP is kind of low. Just another reason to build up that reviver. Why don't we just add a little bit of HP here? In fact, what do we have here? We have attack with HP. Do we have an HP anything else? No. Okay. So if you can get all of your Demon Lord champions to 60, that would be helpful. What kind of dungeons is he farming? Let's take a look. Is he doing Iron Twins at all? Stage 7 of Iron Twins. Ice Golem, he is at 14. Spider, not bad. He could actually probably just farm stage 10 and get a bunch of accessories at stage 10. I'm surprised that they have never fixed this, but you get better gear at stage 10 for a lower cost for some reason. So whenever there's a spider tournament, farm spider for sure. We're almost to stage 20 on this guy. I think the same kind of thing here is if you just get your champions built, get them up to 60, you're going to be able to do that. Fire Knight, not bad, 16. And I imagine he's probably not too far here. Not tackled that yet. Understandable. That's not bad. I mean, he just needs to farm gear and get rid of the trash gear. Like, you're not going to be using any rare pieces of life. Let's get rid of some stuff. Let's get rid of pieces that you're just... Let's get rid of 5-star rare pieces of garbage sets. Let's get some silver and build up your better pieces. He's just not going to need this trash. Let's get some silver. This will help you to have your champions have better builds instead of hoarding pieces that you're never going to use. You are never going to use 5-star rare defense pieces. Speed? I'm going to leave this alone for now. But if it's speed gear, you want speed rolls on it as much as possible. You're pretty early game still, so you need all the speed gear you can get. So I'm not going to touch that for now, but you do not need this garbage. You don't want bad sets. Bad sets are not going to help you. Silver will help you. Yeah, I mean, isn't that what we all need to do, right? We all need to farm gear. That doesn't change. If you look at the most Kraken of Kraken players, if you watch Drock videos, what does he do? He farms gear. That doesn't end. You need better gear, you need better champions. Mm. Yeah, I'll leave that alone for now. Does anybody ever use a frenzy set? Not really. Which 3 champs do you 6-star next? Okay, you already got Rathalos. You already have Ninja. So I would... You already got Duck and Magnar. The next thing that I would personally do is Ursala. You need revivers in this game. And she is great. Especially for an epic, she's great. You will use her for a long, long time. So I would definitely get her 6-star, even though she's only 4-star level 21. Personally, I would just focus on her right now. And then I would probably, unless you get another speed lead that's better here, I would do Haikatoon because you want her to stay alive. And then I would hope that by then you would maybe pull some better champions as well. Jarrig isn't bad. Vogoth isn't bad. Krokmar is just okay, in my opinion. Doom Priest is a very good champion, but you have to have a specific use for her to worry about that. What makes her great is every time she takes a turn, she's going to provide a heal and remove a random debuff. Personally, I would probably build her over anybody else that I talked about besides Ursala, because she is that useful, especially for Demon Lord. You could keep Ursala and get rid of, you could experiment, get rid of Duck and put in Doom Priest, because she's going to add attack, heals, and a cleanse. She's really good. So that is definitely an option. Those would be my personal choices. You can 6-star Kale. I don't think you need to. Elhane was my I don't know if you chose Elhane or Kale. Elhane was actually my starter champion. I personally don't believe in this year that you need to 6-star basically any rare unless they're in like some kind of specialty team. Like if you ever get it to Metha, you can 6-star an Eris. But typically I don't build rares. I don't think it's necessary anymore. There's too many champions in the game. I would 6-star Cold Heart. And what's the Knight's Rev that I always forget this champion's name? Renegade. I would 6-star Cold Heart and Renegade. You might have use for a Painkeeper. But don't put your resources into rares unless you have a very specific thing in mind, in my opinion. Okay, let's get back to a build. See if let's focus on Ninja first, then we'll go back to Rathalos, because Ninja does need the accuracy. Because you want to be landing those brimstones, and you do want to be landing these burns. He's insane. Ninja was actually my first legendary champion. I started during his first promotion. And on like the last week of it, I saw people saying in chat, I entered this code and I got free Ninja. And he was my first legendary for a while until I finally pulled a Mountain King. And those were my first two legendary champions in the game. So that's when I joined, is during his first campaign. And I still use him. He's still great. He's still in my my brutal Hydra team. He's great. So we do have crit rate gauntlets. That's just where we're at in the game. We need the crit rate gauntlets, unfortunately. I would prefer 6-star, and I would prefer crit damage, but it's just too difficult right now to get him all the crit rate that he needs. Yeah, my ninja got eaten a little bit early because my Mikage got eaten a little bit early, but he did 110 million for my brutal Hydra team. And then Oboro got 140 million. So he would have been up there further if they hadn't gotten eaten, and I didn't want to rerun it. I was just doing it auto. I wasn't going to rerun it for that. Okay, let's see. Crit rate. Let's see if we have better crit rate gloves. Just to check. He does have speed and accuracy, which is good. It'd be nice if we had crit damage or something, attack percentage. We do have that. It's not really better. About crit damage. Just want to check. These are going to come in handy probably someday when you get more crit rate options elsewhere. You're just not there yet. You don't have the gear. I don't mind him having perception. I don't mind him having feral. I would love it if we could get him in a set of cruel or fatal, if at all possible. Maybe in these two spots. We'll see what he has. Attack percentage. Maybe not. Let's go to equipped. Okay, he's got this piece. That is 4-star, unfortunate. We want 5 and 6-star. Okay. What kind of pieces do we have? I mean, at least it's a 6-star piece with crit rate and speed. I mean, it might be his best option. This would actually be better. Even though this is only, it would cost us a little bit of attack. Unfortunately, we don't have oils to see if we can ascend anything. Eh. Yeah, we just have limited options, unfortunately. I mean, the builds aren't terrible. It's just that he has limited options. Okay, how about speed boots? Got perception. That would make him faster. He actually has a little bit of crit rate that he can sacrifice. So this would make him a little bit faster, but we lose accuracy, of course. This is not going to help him either. I mean, unfortunately, we just don't have a lot of gear. We'll see if we can make improvements, but I mean, he hasn't done a terrible job of building. He just doesn't have a lot of gear, which is just life. Okay, what kind of boots does he have? Yeah, it is hard finding gear. That's how the game works. It just, you slowly get it. But that's why we need more silver. What silver is going to do, if you sell your bad gear, you're going to be able to upgrade more gear on these champions. If your champion's gear is upgraded, then you're going to survive longer and you're going to make it further in the dungeons. So we don't have a ton of silver, but let's improve where we can. Let's get a little bit more crit damage. Is this attack? That's a really good ring. That's a really good ring. Did we have any 6-star? No. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this game just, you have to farm gear and you have to improve your gear. Sometimes you have to improve gear that isn't that great, doesn't really excite you. I feel like we've got to be able to get a better speed boot somewhere on the account. These are all the boots that we have with speed and crit rate on the whole account. Does anything have accuracy as well? Not really any better. Okay, this boot will actually be better. You would lose 1 crit rate, which you can afford to lose. You would get more crit damage, more accuracy, and the speed will be the same. Spend a bunch of silver. Sometimes you just get minor improvements. You know, I just rebuilt most of my nukers over the last couple days. Sometimes it's just one piece at a time. Slightly better. You know, the build isn't terrible. It's just your gear needs improvement. We can sell some more stuff. Get more silver. Let's get rid of more 5-star and below rare gear that you're just not going to need. And when we do that, we can improve all of your current champions builds just with silver. I'm going to leave anything that has speed on it, because you need speed. You never know when you're going to need something with speed. Except you pretty much never need defense percent gauntlets. They're not good. But we want to keep some speed on this account. Let's get you some silver. We'll improve some of your current gear. The build's not bad. It's just what you have. Everybody starts with garbage gear. You farm, you improve. You get more garbage gear until you finally start getting some decent gear. Just the way it goes. As much as possible, though, you want gear with speed on it. If it doesn't have speed, it's probably gonna be a detriment. And you want, at this point, you pretty much just want speed boots. There will come a time when you can use attack percent, HP percent, defense percent, but only if they get a whole bunch of speed rolls on it. Pretty much. 98% of the time. But if it doesn't have speed on it, it's going to hurt your champion. They're going to go too slow. So that's why I'm selling stuff that doesn't have speed on it. With some, not everything is like 100% rule. It's just general principles. There's always exceptions to these kinds of rules. All right, let's get him up to level 16 on some stuff. Get some more crit damage out of him. And that took a whole bunch of our silver. It's hard leveling up gear because it's expensive. How about her? Let's get her stuff up to 12 at least. These lower pieces, you can You can leave these at 12 for the sake of getting these middle pieces. They need to be at 16 first, and then these top pieces, and then the bottom pieces when you can afford it. All right, let's take a look at Rathalos. Thanks for the new sub. Welcome in, everybody. We are doing a takeover, trying to help out this clan boss team a little bit, and then a little bit later in the stream, I'm going to be opening my Void Shards. Hopefully I get something good today. I haven't gotten an exciting Void champion in like close to a year. So let's see if we can get something good. Last time there was a 2x event, I pulled Tremeria and Fortis. Broke my heart. I couldn't even post the video. It hurt too much. We'll see if we can do better today. All right, so Rathalos is going insanely slow. 165 is bad. It'd be real nice if we could get him up to like 200. The attack is decent at 5,000. He's got the crit rate. He needs more crit damage if possible. He needs more speed if possible. Let's see if we can find something to help him out. Now, of course, if you have speed glyphs, you can use it on him. You can make him go a little bit faster with speed glyphs. That would be helpful. Something to consider. Let's see. Can we find a better... Let's just look at all of his savage bottom pieces first. See if anything will be better than what we're currently using. Let's see. We've got attack percent. No. Oh. We're keeping flat stat. That's something that we need to address. Attack percent, not really great. Okay, so our bottom pieces. Anything that is flat HP, flat attack, flat defense, those three things, flat HP, flat attack, flat defense, they all need to go. Every single piece, with the one exception, if you had any speed gear that had speed rolls, you could keep that. But all this stuff, you don't need flat attack. You don't need flat attack, flat HP, flat defense. Those are what we call flat stats. That does not include speed. Just these three things, and that's going to get you 1,000,000 silver. You will never need those pieces. What was this piece? You could re-roll this. If you had KSR, if you really wanted to, you could re-roll that. That's about it. Anything else worth even re-rolling? I don't know if you have any Chaos Ore. We can check into that. Upgrade, rework. You do have a Chaos Ore. I'm not going to touch that. You might want to use it on something else. You might want to save it for like a triple roll or a quad roll, probably. Something to consider. Now let's see. Can we do anything with this build? It's going to be difficult. We'll see. Speed and crit rate is what we want. Savage gear. That's it, huh? Let's see. He's got 103 crit rate, so we can only lose 3 crit rate. I think the big problem here is that we are attached to getting this Savage gear. Savage gear is nice, but if your stats are terrible, he's only got 165 speed, and that means he's not going. He's not taking turns. He's not going fast enough. You can't do damage if you don't take turns. You also can't do damage if your crit damage is so low at 136. So I'm going to see if I can find better gear with random sets. It would be nice if we could keep Savage, but we just don't have the gear. So we got to try something else. So I'm going to check top pieces, see if we can find anything with speed, crit rate, crit damage, fitting room, and just see what we can find. This is going to be a great piece. Let's see, speed, crit rate, crit damage. What about equipped? So we're just going to see if things are better or worse, better or worse. That's going to be slower. We just don't have a lot of gear. Worse. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this would add 11 speed, 2 crit damage, 8 crit rate, so we could sacrifice the crit rate somewhere else. Okay, what about the helmet? Haikatoon has a pretty good helmet on. I want to see. We're gonna try this. We're gonna take this from Haikatoon and see if there's another helmet that's similar for her. Because 6 speed, that's pretty replaceable, I think, for a helmet. In fact, I can just look and see what has speed on here. We can just put that on her. We could put, that's better. No, we can replace that from her. Okay, then we can take a look back here at crit rate gloves. See if we can get speed and crit damage. That's going to improve his speed and his crit damage. What about this? That's worse. And that's 4-star. Okay. Then we can go to attack percent chest piece. And that's going to give us so much more speed. But we lose some crit damage. I don't really love that. Not quite. That's worse. And then we'll take a look at the boots. And let's see if we can get crit rate, crit damage maybe. What do we have here? Let's see what this hits. One of each. That would improve the crit rate and the crit damage. You can upgrade that. And we get a little bit of attack. Now we can go back up here and see if we can sacrifice any crit rate for the sake of speed and crit damage. So let's go priority stats, crit damage. Let's see, that would get our speed up a little bit. Not really great. There we go. Could take that. Give us some extra speed, some extra crit damage. Here we go. That'd be a lot faster. Okay, I want to see if... Now I just want to see what kind of cruel gear or fatal gear we have overall. If I can fit in a fatal piece, that would be nice. Not bad, not great. That would get our attack up a little bit more. So with this build, we would sacrifice a little bit of attack, but we would be going so much faster and we would have so much more damage. Now, it is nice to have really high attack, but if you have no speed and you have no crit damage, it's not going to be good enough. So I think I would want to try this. We have no silver now, but we should get this up to 16 if we can. We need more silver. These are as good as we're gonna do. I haven't even looked at Duke's gear yet. What do we have him in? We have him in crit rate. Why have we built Duke for damage? He is a defense champion. His existence on this team is to keep you alive. And really, 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 we need Ursula in this team. Because she's going to really keep you alive. But he definitely needs the accuracy. But I highly doubt that you're getting any damage out of him. I would much prefer him, if at all possible, in HP sets. His accuracy is way more than enough. I think we only need like 200 for Demon Lord. Do we have any HP percent gear? That's the question. With speed would be nice. Let's go fitting room. Got divine speed, immortal. Okay, what about without speed? Maybe we can get speed somewhere else. What do we have here? I would rather go with the HP percent here and here. Let's roll this up a little bit. It's not a perfect piece, but we want to keep him alive. Oh, what about equipped? Okay, what happens if we throw these on? Okay, that's going to add some HP and it's going to add some speed. We would sacrifice some accuracy, and I don't care because he still has enough accuracy. And then everything else, we want speed and accuracy. Priority stats, speed, high. Do we have perception? Let's see. We want accuracy, though. Let's see, that would be faster with more accuracy. He doesn't need it. It's not enough accuracy. Okay, we probably have the best pieces otherwise. Okay, so with this idea in mind, wait, can we get more speed? We would not lose any accuracy. And we get more speed. Okay. So, with this build, we would improve our HP by 9,000, keeping our champion alive more. Once you build that up to 60% or 50%, we'll have even more HP. He's going faster, and his accuracy is still high enough. Yes, we'll lose a lot of accuracy, but it doesn't matter. He does not need 371 accuracy. He just needs like 200. So he'll be fine. Now, what about this? Can we get any more speed? Let's see. That has accuracy and a speed roll. Can we hit one more speed roll? 33% chance. No, we can't, but we get some extra HP. I would roll this up to 16 probably once you have silver. Unless we hit like a triple speed roll. No. Okay. I would probably replace his banner with this one. If you can get it to 16. That one's not a big deal. All right, so here we go. At this point, you need to get more silver. You need to get rid of more bad gear. I didn't even realize that we still have green pieces of gear. We don't need that. Oh, maybe you just got that today. While we still have time, we still have today and tomorrow for free gear removal. I would take off all this garbage gear off of your champions for free, and I would sell it. Anything that's 3 and 4 star, you're just not going to want on your account. Get rid of it, sell it. Anything that is 5 star and rare that doesn't have speed, you're probably going to want to get rid of it. You can make a determination. You look closer at it. Everybody has their own ideas with their own account. But basically, the thing that's going to help you the most at this point is get more silver to upgrade your current gear, get more gear, and build Ursala. Those are the things that you need to do right now. And did we look at all 5 champions? Let's see. Okay, we will take a quick look at Kale, but I don't want you to keep him on the team. But for now, you kind of have to, right? Just for now. So look at Kale real quick. I see that you have him in regen gear. 161 speed, 106 crit rate, 124 crit damage, 174 accuracy. He could use some more accuracy. You can upgrade his gear. You don't want him in an attack amulet. You want him in crit damage, which you might not have. When you get a crit damage amulet, that's what he needs. That one's fine. He's got defense percent chest plate. No. There's probably a reason why you have him in regen gear, but you do not want your Kale in a defense percent chest plate for any good reason. Do we have any other regen gear for these other pieces? Anywhere? Where's your regen gear? Can you sacrifice? Let's do fitting room. Try that on. And then try on an attack percentage with crit rate. Anything. 5 or 6 star. Let's see here. Can we get our crit rate back somewhere by any chance? How's this one gonna roll? Crit rate. What'll that do? Not a whole lot. There's not a lot that we can do with Kale right now if you're insistent on having a regen gear set on. But he needs attack percentage on the chest plate, not defense percentage, because he's an attack-based champion, damage based on attack. So you do need the accuracy, you do need the attack percentage. Could go with an accuracy piece if you had it. Wouldn't be my top choice. Crit rate's fine here. 4-star speed boots. My advice is that while you want to keep Kale on, for as long as you want to keep him on the team, build Kale in the same way that we built Rathalos and Ninja. They're all attack-based champions. Build him with some accuracy like you did Ninja, and he'll be better. The regen gear is not going to do him any good because he's not going fast enough. He's not doing any damage. He's just existing. So even if he's staying alive with the regen gear, he's not doing enough damage. He's got to be an attack percentage chess piece. He's got to be faster. So personally, I would just take him off the team as soon as you get Ursala to like level 50, which maybe you could even do this weekend. I don't know what your plans for the weekend are, but that's what I would do. So that's it. Get your masteries for all the champions. Your Scarab King solo. Scarab King's a nightmare. I understand that you gotta do what you gotta do with Scarab King. But I wouldn't keep that gear on him. So that's what I would do. Let's see. He's on 60. He's 60. He's 60. She doesn't have to be 60, but it'll help her be tankier. And you can also make her faster if you do that. If you get like a banner with speed. Yeah, I mean, they're a lot better at 60. Yeah. I think that you're going to get enough damage probably from these two if you can keep them alive. So Ursala is your best option for that right now. Duke is fine. I don't know if he's my favorite, but he's fine. You could consider trying to get Doom Priest to 60. You can get Jarrig to 60. He might be a better ally protector. You'd have to try it. But that's it. That's what we got for now. Before we move on, do you have any questions in the chat? Any more ideas? Anybody else watching that? If you see something that like he could really do to improve that team, how do you build Ursala? Fast and tanky. So we go to her. She's a support champion. She is, her damage is based on attack, but you don't care about that. You're not getting your damage from her. You do want to get her masteries. You could change her masteries to put like War Master on to get that little bit of damage. But otherwise, HP. You want as much HP on her as possible. She does need accuracy because she places decrease attack, which will help. I think that you might have already had a decrease attack. So Duke, he also has decrease attack. So if you're just building her for this one team, which you're not, but you could avoid the accuracy. But you might want that for some other team that you put her on. But I would just go for HP gloves, HP chest piece, defense, or I mean, speed boots, and then if you can, when you get more gear, I would put her in perception or speed probably. As you get further along in the game, as you start to get, protection sets and stone skin sets, you can consider things like that. You don't have a lot of that gear right now. That will come in time. You can do a bolster set if you happen to have really tanky bolster gear. You don't really. Shield set, but the main thing is keep her tanky so that she stays alive and give her speed and accuracy. So HP percent, speed, accuracy, and she's good to go. Not super complicated. It's not that hard to build support champions. You just got to keep them alive and going fast, typically. Does that answer everything? And you can always reach out to me again on Discord or whatever, or come by in the chat and ask questions. It's fine. We don't have to solve everything tonight. Probably want to get back on your account and try some things. Do your dailies. I do want to share with you. I did pull up. Your account on the Hell Hades optimizer just to see what teams it recommends. So these are the champions that it recommends. It wants you to use Vogoth and Apothecary and Ursala. So same kind of idea as these three champions would help keep the team alive. They do the damage. Here they recommend Doom Priest, Frozen Banshee. I wouldn't go with the rare options. I think that's just not going to hold for very long. That's a very early game idea. That's not what I would do if I could help it. But it's all kind of the same ideas. Pretty much all of them are recommending Ninja and Rathalos. You could use some variation of these, but I think you're okay. You just really want that Ursala in the team. So yeah, those are those ideas. Just wanted to throw that out there. Got to decide for yourself, but those are the options. Okay, so I think we're good here for now. I'm going to log out of this account. I'm going to take a real quick break. I'm going to come back on my account and I'm going to pull my Void Shards. So don't go anywhere. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tell me, did you pull Void Shards today and did you get anything good? I am hoping for something good. I'm not promised anything good. I'm not at pity or anything. Let me just log into my account. And then I'm going to take a real quick break. Okay, I'm going to be right back. All right. Freeze. All right. My account. All right. So I am very close to finishing off the Demon Slayer Titan event. All I have to do is either get the first layer of points for the champion chase and do everything else, or just get both layers. I think I have enough shards and other options to get it all done. So we're opening shards. I wasn't sure what I was going to do this weekend until the 2X popped up. We're going to go for the Void Shards. Now, I have not had historically the greatest luck with Void Shard summoning. Been playing for 4 years and I have summoned 8 Void Legendaries. And about 2 of them do I currently use for anything important besides faction stuff. If we go to my champions, I go to Void Legendary, including the Master Vault. Talking about the ones that I have summoned, White King Narses is insane. Pulled him a little under a year ago. Marishka was my second ever. Still one of my favorite champions, still one of the best legendary champions in the game. I have also summoned Baron, who was a meta nuker like 3 years ago, and I pulled him like 2 years ago. Supreme Gaelic is now been a free login or a free champion for new players. He is still in my third best Hydra team. He's good, but he's not insane. He's very replaceable. I pulled Tormund, which is he's okay. He's usable. But then we had the event where you could just basically fuse him. It was a Titan event, I think. That happened like a month later. So that was really hard to deal with. I got who else? Tremaria and Fortis. I got last time there was a 2X event, and they're complete trash. Those are and then I got Warlord. He was my first ever. He's still good, but he's outclassed by Fabian and Armands, so I don't really use him very much. So I haven't had insane luck. Will today be the day that changes? I do not have any Prism shards to pull. I don't have any Remnants to pull. If I need to, I'm willing to pull Granjar and Artor. I'm saving Empress for personal CVC. And then I've got Void Shards. Maybe I'll pull Primal Shards. Maybe. Maybe today's the day I get my first mythical. It could happen. Let's get into it. See if today is our lucky day. Or if it goes like most Void Shard pulling days. We'll see. Gonna pull the singles. And then we'll do the 10 pulls. Won't take very long. We do need some epics. I think this gets one of my man-eaters to +4, or it gets my other one to +2. I don't really use my man-eaters a lot other than like faction wars. Get another epic. This is good, not because I need a Eurogrim, but because I need the points. So I will take epics, even though I don't really need hardly any epics. There's still a few that I haven't summoned over 4 years. I would take a new epic. That'd be cool. But there's nothing that I so desperately need. All right, we got a drowned bloat wraith. And one more single. Then we'll go with the 10 pops. All right. Got 2 epics. We need a bunch of epics, but we'd also like to hit gold. It would be real nice. Will today be our lucky 2x event? Get a skull crown. I'll take it. Think that'll +1 or +2 my skull crown. Don't really use her, but she could be useful. Get a second epic. We get a Ginbo. I have never really used him. I've never really liked him. But I'll make my Ginbo a little bit stronger, I guess. We need some more epics. The epic rates have never been great to me either. I get a lot of these blue taxes. Slixus, Strapehide. We only got 1 epic out of that. So we got, what, 20 left. I might have to pull these primals just to get the points I need. Time for some gold. Come on. Give me some luck, please. Ursala. There we go. I'll make my Ursala a little bit stronger. Broadmaw. Make him a little bit stronger. This is our last 10. This is our last chance. I told you I do not have the best void luck. But it could all turn around. Got a few more chances here. Seeing a lot of blue. Seeing a lot of blue. Got another Ursala. Got Azure. I will be getting a couple more voids this weekend. I'll probably pull them. Let's see how we're doing on points, though. That's not going to be enough. It's going to be kind of close, though. We got somewhere around 8 epics. I think I needed somewhere around like 10 plus a legendary. I'm going to guess that we're something like 1,000 points behind. Maybe 1,500. We're close. We're in the area. So we got the 50 points, but we want the 150, so we're going to be done. We only need 390 more points. Okay. So how about we just do something stupid and see if we can turn this around. 1 primal shard at a time until we get at least an epic. We might need 2 epics. Only reason why I'm pulling primals is because I got to be close to Mercy. So what's the difference for a 2 times if you're close to Mercy anyway? Anything can happen, right? This is what usually happens. We usually get rares. All our hard work. We got an epic. We got Juliana. So we need another 130 points. We'll just go until we hit another epic, or a mythical, or a legendary. And then we'll be done. I want to see red, though. I am due for seeing red. Is it my time? Ah, we got an epic. Okay. I tried. We'll save our 9 primals, but that should do it. I'll finish off the Tholen. That way I can skill him up CVC. He'll be 5-star. He'll be good to go for my Hydra run next time, but we pretty much got shut out. Not really a surprise, though, is it? That's how my luck on primals and voids have gone so far. I do sometimes get lucky with sacreds. I do sometimes get lucky with ancients, but my void shard luck has always been bad. My primal shard luck so far has been bad. I have gotten 3 legendary champions out of primal shards, but not like anything insane. I gotta be due soon, right? I gotta be due. I got a brand new champion on my account, though. I think it might have been Azure. It was. That was my first Azure. So that's something. I don't get new epics very often. I have, I think, less than 10 epics that I haven't pulled. Most of them are void or brand new. As far as empowerment goes, let's see, we got void epics. Let's see. I can make my skull crown better. That's something. Got +2 skull crown. Come on. Going slow here tonight. All right. The game is going slow on me now. It doesn't matter. We got nothing. It's all right. At least we got the points we wanted. Nothing else matters. Hey, Caesar, what are you looking for? I'm done for tonight, but if you want, you can message me on Discord, and I might be able to help you out with something. Let me type that in the chat at Weiler Wednesday. On Discord. Message me on Discord if you're looking to get a takeover. I might be able to help you out. All I need to know is, sorry. Want to sneeze. Okay. Sorry. For a takeover, message me on Discord. And I just need a screenshot of your champions. I need to know what you're looking to do, and maybe I can help out. I don't know how to do every single thing in the game, but I'm a pretty advanced player. I've been playing for 4 years. I can help you out with quite a bit. We can talk about what you want to do and see if I can help you out. If you're looking for just like an arena takeover, or if you are looking for Hydra, clan boss. I'm not like a super expert on clan boss. There's builds out there already, and I would just copy one of those, but I could probably help out. Chimera, I can do a little bit, but I'm not like a super expert on Chimera. But if you're just looking for like builds or a certain part of the game, send me a screenshot of your champions, particularly your legendary champions or your best champions, and just what you're trying to do. And I stream most nights at 8 p.m. Pacific, and I'm usually on for 2-3 hours or whatever. Kind of depends on the night. It won't be every single night, but I'm trying to do most nights at least. Trying to stream more this summer, and we'll see how that goes. So if anybody needs help with anything, do the same thing. Hit me up on Discord at Weiler Wednesday. Unfortunately, I did not have insane luck on my Void Shards tonight or my Primal Shards. That happens. It's okay. Part of the game. We'll be back at it. Probably be on tomorrow night. We'll see how the day goes. I am Weiler Wednesday, and I'll be back with more Raid Shadow Legends